Gus has always been an underrated brawler, but ever since the buffs to sniper brawlers such as Piper and Nani, and the introduction of hypercharges into the game, Gus has fallen farther and farther down the tier list, and has slowly faded into obscurity, as he is now arguably a bottom 10 brawler. But why exactly isn't he viable, and how do we fix this? Well, first let's take a look at the supporter class as a whole. When looking at the 9 supporters we currently have in the game, they can be sorted into 4 general groups. Although there is some overlap in general, we have the aggressive supports. Supports like Gray and Kit, who have great assassin capabilities, or Max, who can push the pace of the game. Tanky supports like Pam and Doug, who offer healing along with damage absorption. True supports, whose main goal is to heal throughout the game. And finally, the mixed supports. The brawlers who do a bit of everything while not excelling at any. Since a majority of the support class is struggling right now, most people only pick them for their unique mechanics or to counter certain matchups. But this serves as a distinct disadvantage to the mixed supports, as since they don't have an outstanding core mechanic, they are often overshadowed by their peers. So how do we fix this issue with Goose without changing his role as that all-around support that can be played almost anywhere? Well, I think I might know how. In previous metas, Gus was really good due to his moderate tankiness and kooky popper gadget. But with the increased damage numbers along with the nerf to his gadget, his main role was pretty much eliminated. So instead of trying to undo his nerfs, let's buff up the lackluster parts of his kit, namely his ghost mechanic. For a rework to his ghosts, I suggest getting rid of the requirement to hit opponents to charge up his meter. Right now, you rarely get the healing effect from Gus's ghosts, as they are on the opponent's side of the field. By putting the ghosts on a cycle, Gus would now be able to throw them at his teammates or store them in the back. Obviously, it couldn't remain on the same cycle, so I suggest it be pushed back from 4 shots to 6. Another problem with the ghost healing is that it only heals 1600 HP. That means a ghost that Gus takes 4 shots to build up heals less than a single Byron shot. To make the ghosts more valuable, I would increase the healing to 2400. This would also serve as an indirect buff to both his underused star power and gadget. They would also form a synergy, as now with his gadget, he could provide a 4800 heal to a teammate. Slightly more than a Poco Super, but only for one brawler. While I was already discussing Gus, I thought it would be a great idea to also bring up ideas for his mythic gear and hypercharge. First, for his mythic gear, I wanted to make something that was useful but not necessary for his build. So I came up with the Soul Surge gear. Each one of Gus's spirits would also heal the brawler that picks it up by an additional 10% of their HP. Gus would only switch to this gear if he was paired with high HP brawlers, as it gets almost no value when he is played with low HP ones. But when it is fully utilized with a brawler like Frank, it can give each one of his ghosts up to a 6200 heal. Although Gus and Frank on a team doesn't sound like the best combo. Next, for a hypercharge, I came up with the Guard Dog hypercharge. When Gus's hypercharged shield is broken, Spooky lets out a howl that stuns any opponents close by. This would be a hypercharge that acts as a better defense for Gus if any tanks get too close, or a better offense for teammates who want to push up aggressively. So with these changes in mind, this would be my ideas for Gus builds if these changes were to take place. Following his role as an all-arounder support, I have put down a more supportive and a more aggressive build. The more supportive build would be entirely built around playing with tanks and high HP brawlers. On the other hand, the aggressive build is what Gus would most likely play with snipers and low HP brawlers. The aggressive build is what I consider to be Gus's current best build, but it will also be getting an overall buff due to the ghost being on a cycle. With the ghosts on a cycle, the kooky popper gadget can now be used as a trap, similar to bow mines. But that is all I have for today's video, so let me know what you guys think of Gus. Is this too much of a buff, or is it not enough? But don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.